What levels do you remember most in the 3D Mario games? Is it the first time you set foot into the expansive Bob-omb battlefield? Is it your joyride in Peanut Park against the boss Bowser robot? Or is it soaring in the Honey Hive Galaxy as B Mario to collect some shines? One thing that is unquestionable regarding the 3D Mario games is their memorable levels and set pieces they've provided. Which is why it pains me to say we're not going to be focusing on any of those today. No, we're not even going to get past the front door as we look at each of the hub worlds in each game in the Mario 3D All-Stars collection. And we play in the playgrounds of Peach's Castle, Delfino Plaza, and the Comet Observatory. First off, what do I mean by a hub world? Luckily, we can use the classic English definition of the word, meaning it's the center of activity or the focal point. So the hub world in this instance is the level or world that connects all the other levels. Peach's Castle in Super Mario 64 is a good example of this, as every other level in the entire game is accessed through a painting or portal located somewhere within the castle grounds. Next, what is the purpose of the hub world? The first thing the hub world does is serve the mechanical function of acting as a pretty gateway between levels and worlds. It's a common through line that keeps the game centered without the use of immersion-breaking menus and level select screens that could have been used with the same functionality. They can also subtly guide the player to the next suggested level while still giving some freedom of choice. For instance, having Mario 64 levels be in the same floor and room informs the player that these levels are probably of similar difficulty, but doesn't limit the player from venturing out to find harder levels, or forces them to play each level in a row. It's a nice gateway that allows players to select their own journey for the most part. Perhaps most notably, hub worlds act as a playground for players to test their skills, movement abilities, and just generally get acquainted with how Mario controls. The vast fields of Peach's Castle in particular are great at this, as hills, trees, water, and bridges all act as a risk-free environment to master how Mario moves in 3D. Note how all three of these hub worlds in this collection do not have any enemies, save for the occasional chase in Mario Sunshine, to allow for this risk-free environment. When new to a game, just having a playground to try out movement is oftentimes the best way to learn. Another function is to break up gameplay between levels. Jumping immediately from level to high-stake level gives little in the way of reprieve. So having a hub world inserted into the middle of them can act as a breather to allow for players to catch their breath in a low-risk environment. After a hard-fought battle or platforming section, it's a solid way to allow players to steel their nerves before venturing out to the next adventure. These hub worlds may also be fleshed out to be more interesting than just a pit stop between levels. Delfino Plaza has plenty of secrets and shines to discover without even stepping foot into a level proper. Some are hidden behind unlockable nozzles, meaning that the hub world will remain relevant and players can still find secrets within it well into the game's runtime. These secrets can allow a hub world to be more than just a place to enter worlds, and instead be considered a sort of level in and of itself. While on the topic of Sunshine, one thing that Game's Hub does particularly well is advance with the story. Mario games aren't exactly praised for their story, but a hub that evolves as the player progresses through the game is appreciated, and helps the world feel more alive. Collecting specific amounts of shines makes the light a bit brighter on the plaza. And the aforementioned nozzle upgrades and Yoshi eggs that appear do wonders for making the plaza feel like it is evolving with Mario. Inhabitants of a hub world can do a lot to add to the feeling of an active and alive environment. Rosalina, Lumas, Toads, and that one Guillermo all inhabit the Comet Observatory. Mario is free to chat with the inhabitants, hear their stories, and even get advice from them. Most of them don't say anything too meaningful, but it's still nice to have the ability to talk to them. Having inhabitants move, talk, and react to the world helps make the environment feel a bit more alive. In the end, whether or not a hub world is the most memorable part of the video game, they are undoubtedly the tone setter. The color palette, music, and general atmosphere will be determined here in the hub, as it is the place that the player will spend most of their time. It's a through line connecting every other world and level, so it's a place to showcase the commonality between them all. For every unique galaxy you soar into, the dark space blues and the evolving orchestral theme of the Comet Observatory will be eagerly awaiting your return. And awaiting your return is the final goal of a hub world. It's a place you return to after a hard-fought battle and need a rest. The place that will shower you in comfort and make you feel safe until its next outing. Whether it's a sole beacon of light in an unfriendly world, the place to share your success and improve yourself, or even a level by itself, the hub world, for better or for worse, is your place to call home. As always, thanks for watching. I apologize if this video is on the shorter side compared to the norm, but this will be the exception, not the rule. Until next time, Godspeed.